Right, great. So again, good morning, good afternoon. So thank you very much for being here. That's number one. To every one of you for being here today, right? How many of you here would like to waste 2 hours with me? Just waste it off. No, right? You're here for a reason, right? And for that reason, I would just want, because of that, I will thank you for this. And I'll do whatever I can for the next 2 hours to share with you something that's important that you can take home and make a difference for yourself at your work and your life as well, right? Number two, I would like to thank IMU and especially to Doreen and Najwa here who actually arranged for this, for me to be here. This is our third session, third essential skills session. Altogether we have 6. And please, if you have met me before in February, hi again. If you have not, so my name is Ha. Yeah, so there's 3 more to go. Please come for that, and so that we can actually round up the whole learning workshop. Right, good. So shall we begin? Yes, we are ready. So that's good. So I can put on the slides. So why are we here? There must be a good reason for you to be here, right? You don't just sign up for a reason. You actually sign up for a reason, right? Because you're going to spend 2 hours with here. There must be a good reason for you here, for you to be here. And for this, I just want to use this as an opportunity to break the ice. So I'm going to have 2 simple questions which I like to ask. Okay, 2 questions regarding this topic. Yeah. Number 1. Of course, again, there's a perfectly good reason for you to be here. So number 1, what do you hope to achieve from this program? Okay, what do you hope to achieve from this program? And number 2, suppose whatever you hope for becomes true, how will that make a difference for you in your work and life? Okay, number 1, what do you hope to achieve from this program? And number 2, suppose whatever you hope for becomes true, how will that make a difference for you in your work and life? Can you please share your thoughts, your 2 answers to these questions 1 and 2 on the chat box, so that everybody know why you're here? Can? Is it okay? Please type your answers. Don't have to be too long. Don't have to be too long. Just short and simple and concise. I would like to know. Right. So let's talk about this critical thinking. Let's talk about some definition at this moment. Right. What is critical thinking? Yeah. What is critical thinking? Yeah. So if I look at the source from Wikipedia, yeah. So critical thinking is the analysis of facts to form a judgment. Yeah, in order for us to make a decision, to know exactly what's happening, we need to actually analyze certain facts. And critical thinking is the way for us to be able to analyze it in a very objective manner, right? So if you look at another source I took up from Oxford Languages, critical thinking is an objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment. You got it? Yeah. So this is where I'm coming from. We want to be able to be objective in the way we analyze things. How many of you find that sometimes solving problems is not difficult in a way if you look at it, right? But it makes it very difficult when we never really analyze things correctly. Would you agree? And when you never analyze it correctly and we have other things comes into it and we make a lot of assumption, we have a lot of emotion involved, sometimes we are not so objective and logical in our approach. We make this different decision, right? We make certain judgment, right? Isn't it true? Yeah, and this is where I think being critical thinking is one of the very important key when it comes to problem solving, and it's also very important for us to be a leader eventually. Yeah, because if we are not calm enough most of the time, and we don't make a decision in a very critical manner, right? A lot of decisions that we make may not be the best one. Make sense? Yeah, great. It's this. Yeah, lack of knowledge is one, yes, but knowledge can be learned, right? Even though, have you seen people who have a lot of knowledge, but they're still not able to solve problems very well? Or maybe you find that a lot of problems happen because of what? Yeah, Chloe say emotion, right? Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's always this thing called emotion first. Yeah, what will be the biggest stumbling block to critical thinking? Why can't you think critically, or why can't you think in a logical manner? Given that you have the knowledge you may not have, but you can actually find it, right? But what's the one that is the stopping you from thinking in logical, objective, or maybe you would say critical manner? Emotion, right? Would you agree? Yeah? Or not open to other people's ideas is all your emotion, right? Either you're angry, frustrated, whatever, you just don't like it. Whatever is all the emotion in your head. True or not? Yeah? So it's very true. If you're going to learn anything today, I just want you to understand one thing. Yes? Right. Thank you very much. So subconscious mind. If 90% of our brain, of our mind, are subconscious in nature, only 10% are conscious. 10 conscious means you know the five senses, you know the taste, sound, sight, smell, touch, right? And taste, right? These are other things you're conscious about. It means the other 90% you're not conscious. So what is this 90%? What is this part? What is the main function of subconscious mind? 90% is very powerful, right? Yeah, that means there must be some function. It cannot be. I mean, you're medical students, right? So what do you think is our subconscious mind? What's the main thing? Yeah, someone say gut feeling, right? Yeah, but what's the main thing? Okay. What's the main thing? What's the main function of subconscious mind? Gut feeling is there, definitely. Yeah. So how many of you realize that you are breathing today? Yeah, maintain breathing. Someone just said, Fong Yihang, right? Thank you very much. So to maintain breathing, your heartbeat, and other vital function, right? So how many of you realize that you're breathing? Did you tell yourself to breathe? Or it's just automatically done? Yeah? It's all automatically, right? You just have your lunch just now? Did you just tell yourself to chew how many number of times? Swallow now, going down to the stomach, and then digest, and to travel down all the intestines and everything. Do you tell them to do it? No, right? Just run automatically by your subconscious mind. Isn't it true? And when you stand up and walk, do you walk with your left leg first or right leg first? You don't even care, right? You just walk. Yeah, it's all control, right? It's all in a way automatic control by subconscious mind. Yeah, it's automatic in a way that because we are not conscious about it, but it was all managed by our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind research shows that it's 1,000 times, or is it 1 million times more stronger than the subconscious mind or conscious mind. True. So that's biology, right? But I want to talk about an area. We are talking about critical thinking today, right? One area of our subconscious mind which actually affects us in the way we think is this thing called intelligence. When your emotion is very high, what comes down? Your intelligence, right? You no longer think logically. Your intelligence seems to be so low, like 3-4 years old, or you're 2 years old, can't really think so much anymore. Ever experienced this before? Have you realized that when you are in the heat of the moment, you're so angry, you just, even though sometimes your mind tells you that don't say that, but you just say I don't care, and you become irrational. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, I just don't care anymore. You just want to whack the person back, even though you know there's consequences, but you still do it anyway, right? Because you are just like a small little kid, or maybe people who just don't think twice anymore, just do it. True? Yeah. And this is where I'm talking about. So when you want to be thinking critically and your emotions is very high, very difficult for us to think critically. Does it make sense? Or even logically? So it works both ways. Does it only happen on the bad emotions? Let's say you're frustrated, angry, right? Irritated, right? You just get so, yes. But what happens on the other side? Happy emotions. When you're feeling so happy, everything is like, wow, the world is so beautiful. Do we think critically sometimes? Does our intelligence also goes down as well? Yeah, there's certain things you know that when you're too happy, like for example, people are in love, right? When you're in love, sometimes they just make a lot of wrong decision, right? Especially guys. How many of you guys here? Yeah, for a girl, you like the girl no matter how far, 30 kilometers away, it's just nearby, right? It's on the way, right? Even though it means that you travel all the way to the north just to pick her and come back all the way to Klang. Just say you're you're staying in Subang Jaya and you want to go to Klang for bak kut teh or something else, okay, or some food, and you will travel all the way to Selayang just to pick her out and just to come back. For you, it's on the way, right? Yes, guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, because we don't think so critical. Yeah, so that's the issue. So understanding this, I think, is very important because now we're going to be very clear why we act the way we act. Does it make sense? Yeah. In the next 5 seconds, decide among yourself who's going to be the teacher and who's going to be the student. Okay? Choose among yourself, or if you're not sure, whoever point to whoever says you're the teacher and the students, just decide very quickly, right? Don't have to argue over it, don't fight over it. Just be either a teacher or a student. Okay? If you like to be a teacher, volunteer yourself, right? Correct. So what we're going to do is this. There's two things to do. The teacher have a role to play and the students have a role to play. Okay, are you with me? So pay attention, yeah? So the teacher, I want you to start thinking right now, whoever are willing to be a teacher, right? I want you to be thinking of something that you're going to teach your student for the next just 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes, teach them something easy in the next 2 minutes that you know that they will learn something from you. You're going to help them in their life. Okay, but don't make it complicated. It could be, for example, how to make the perfect half-boiled egg. Okay, half-boiled egg. Okay, or how to cook the best 2-minute Maggi mee. Okay, or the most delicious 2-minute Maggi mee. Okay, your version, right? You're the chef, right? Teach them the techniques and how to do. Teach them, okay, because you know they do not know. Even though they say, yeah, I know. Maybe they really know. Just ignore it. Just say that you know that they will not know your recipe. This is your way. You know it, so you're gonna teach it with passion, right? So make sure you teach it with passion because you know they do not know. And the moment they know your formula, your recipe or whatever things you're trying to teach them, right? Their life will be transformed. You know this, right? So you need to be passionate about it. Teach them, right? So that's all you do. For the next 2 minutes, once I go over there, choose among yourself and very quickly start to teach. Okay? And in 2 minutes time, I'm going to call you back. So the teacher's role is just to teach. As whatever it is, just teach. Got it? Yeah? So now, students' role. Students, your role is very simple. If you volunteer yourself to be a student or you choose to be a student, whenever the teacher is teaching you, I want you to pay attention and try to learn something from that, right? But as you are trying to learn, right, I want you to do something, and I want you to do this continuously all the time. Every time you are paying attention and learning from a teacher, right, I want you to say these 2 words. Just say, I know. Look at the teacher and say, I know. I know. I know. Even though you do not know, right, just say, I know. And you want to look it straight to the teacher's eye and just say, I know. I know. I know. I know. For 2 minutes, keep doing that. Don't stop. Even though whatever the teacher is teaching you is going to be interesting, just say, I know. Yeah. But, okay. And I'm going to make it, how rude. Okay. Doesn't matter, just for fun, right? So now, whatever you do, right, I'm going to give you some power. To the students right now, you can actually exaggerate a bit more. You can put it like, I know lah. I know already. I know. But still look at the teacher and pay attention anyway. Okay? Just say it. You can make it exaggerate. But teacher, don't be discouraged. Whatever you're going to do, you know they do not know. So just keep teaching. Find ways to teach. Doesn't matter, right? But the students keep saying, I know lah. I know. Don't stop. Keep saying, I know for 2 minutes. Is it okay? Let's have some fun. Shall we do this? All right? So teacher, start thinking. I'm going to put you all into the group right now. Are you ready? Yes? Ready, yeah? So going to give me some time. I'm going to put you into the breakout room right now. So the scaling technique, here for example, W is what's already accomplished, right? And by just going through this W, what has already been done, right? Basically, we are building confidence, right? Because you now know what has helped you to get to X, and you become more and more confident. You know that, okay, this is what I've been doing. Sometimes, a lot of times, we don't even know how did we get to where we are. How did we get to where we are right now? And when we have dropped back in performance, right, we just wonder, how did we get there? We don't even know. So you want to be able to be very, very objective about the whole thing. Yeah? Then X is where you are. Y is where's the next step. What's next small steps? And Z is where we are. All right. So let's talk about, just now I talked about, right, this encountering opportunities. So the opportunities is what is available that we can actually make use of. And all the possibilities that we can actually tap into, right? So that's why the first one is what's working. I just mentioned to you earlier on, what's working. Because what's working already demonstrates that solutions already happening. If it's working right now, means the solution is actually helping, is working, is happening right now. Does that make sense? So find out what works. Whatever is working means it's working. If it's not working, the solution is not working. Does that make sense? So find out what works. And you want to be able to critically think about it. Okay, this is working, means it's a good solution. Right? Exception is the key to a solution because occasionally you get it, occasionally not. And there are always times that you find that, I can perform better. So when the time you are able to perform better, what actually happens that make you perform better? What actually happens in a different way that makes you perform better? That's why I call exception, right? There are times that you find that, hey, actually, I'm in a role, I can do these things. And why you're able to do this, you want to be able to figure out as well. Then the strengths, know-how, and experience are the building blocks to the solutions. It's because of certain strengths you have, you tend to do things better compared to other people. You're weak in this area, that's why you may be at level 3, but comparing to your colleagues or your classmate, they are level 6. So they have certain strengths, right? Or maybe you have certain strengths, right? That's why you are at different level. And this is all the things that you know. If they are at level 6 and at level 3, it means I can actually go to them and learn from them. Why or how did they get themselves to 6? Because it's already working for them. Yeah, a certain know-how and experience involved as well. For some people, because of the resources that they have or the certain relationship with other people which they're able to get support from, they get them to be on a higher level on the skill. Compared to me, who don't have this relationship and resources, I'm at level 5. Compared to another person, he's a level 8. We have the same knowledge, know everything, but he is much better. Why? Because they have certain resources. If I can figure out or find out what exactly the resources they have, and I put in the same resources in for me, would I be able to reach to 8 as well? Definitely, right? Yeah. So these are the four areas. Yeah. You got it? Just okay. So I will want to one thing I want to share with you right now is, okay, how are you going to work on the strengths and resources? I think what's working right now and everything, these are all I put it as a strengths and resources. That means we want to be able to move from now. How to think critically is this. Okay, remember, you must not get yourself emotionally, right? I want you to be holding, just imagine holding a torchlight, going around and looking for things that's working right now. On all these 4 things, that means what's working right now. When things doesn't happen, for example, when you're expecting things to happen, when you're expecting certain problems to happen, but it didn't happen, then you want to be very curious and say, so what happened? Why today I don't have this problem? Or why today when I'm expecting certain problems it's not happening? So where are the exceptions? Why today so special? Yeah, and you want to take a torchlight and find clues for that, because behind every exception is the solution to the possible next step forward, right?